One of the cases that is always going to stay with me, and I think it's really not just specifically a case, I'm going to attribute it to a case. It always involves issues on appeal, and particularly when it goes to ineffective assistance of counsel. That's obviously a big issue that we try to bring up in criminal cases when that issue does present, and it's always a very good reminder as I'm reviewing some other attorneys' work that resulted in another individual's conviction, how important it is to make sure that you're doing a very good job for your clients and making sure that you're doing everything that needs to be done, because there is so much at stake. I represented a gentleman that was serving a 10-year sentence plus an additional 5 years on work release on charges of child cruelty. And he was insistent upon the fact that he had never committed the act that he was alleged to have committed, and ultimately he was assigned a public defender. That public defender was only with him for a short period of time before he was forced to go into a trial situation. The public defender did not ask to reset the case or anything because he wasn't prepared, and my client had been telling him that there was evidence out there that would have been able to help push forward his theory that the kids were making this issue up. And he told him specifically that they had been involved with DFACs for an extended period of time. These were not his kids, they were stepchildren. And so he knew that there was issues that had happened even before he had married their mother. The attorney just did not do an appropriate investigation and really should have requested those DFACs records, but he went to trial, got convicted, was in the middle of a 10-year part of his sentence that he was serving in custody when I came in, take over the appeal, and ultimately, when I got the DFACs file, it was this thick. I'd never seen a file that thick, and there was multiple circumstances of allegations that had been made by these kids that were deemed to be unfounded and never pursued against other individuals, and they recanted the allegations against my client in those DFACs records, and those are all things that could have been presented to a jury so that they had heard that. Ultimately, we filed the appeal, alleged ineffective assistance of counsel, brought up this issue along with several other things. The reason why that's going to stick with me is because it's just a good, solid reminder when you see how other attorneys can really neglect their duties to their clients and the impact that it can have on other people's lives. We're entrusted with a massive amount of responsibility, and we owe our clients everything that we can possibly give them, whether it's chasing down evidence, whether it's looking into every single hole that we can in order to figure out what is going on in any given situation. And when other attorneys don't do that and we see the back end of that, it just inspires me on every single case to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do and everything that I possibly can do to ensure that if it doesn't work out for my client, it wasn't because of my fault.